All right. So we talked about the first question that someone should answer before joining IAM, and it's how do you feel?
Mm-hmm.
What would be the second question?
The second question we ask before anyone join to IAM is how you move. And of course, people will not able to answer that, but we can see that through our specific tests which we're doing. So there's only two possible answers, like I'm moving restricted or I'm not moving restricted. So when I say moving restricted or not moving restricted, we not talk only about joints itself, but also it's related with the certain areas to develop, like is that muscle weakness or just not ability to perform the certain task. So we are testing that. So how you feel is something what people are telling us, and how you move is something what we telling them. Are actually trying to discover and test them about that.
So you figure out basically how they move, and you tell them.
Yes, because how you feel, it's usually related to how you move.
Okay.
So if someone will say, in how you feel, I have a lower back pain, there's a big chance that we'll find like a quite poor hip mobility. If someone will say, I have a neck pain, we'll probably find like a quite poor, like a thoracic spine mobility. So knowing from how you feel to how you move is like, it's quite a well-connected journey. And based on that, we can see something what is more objective than subjective, we can say.
All right. And you usually say everything is moving. Why do you say that?
To start from the big things. So if you just look from the perspective of, we can talk about philosophy about everything, or like a space, universe is moving. Maybe counterclockwise, but it's moving. So planets are moving. So just knowing that something what we are not able to see on a daily basis, what is above us, it's moving. Atoms or molecules are moving constantly. So everything. So even if you see this microphone inside, there's like atoms are moving. So everything is moving constantly. Time, it's constantly moving. Our perception of time. I think friend told me like a few days ago, which was very interesting for me. He's into the space science and everything. He told me the Neptune, for example, one day, a Neptune, it's 1 year for us. So our time is like a 24 hours because we know from our observation. So the time is constantly moving, always moving like a forward. That's related probably with infinity as well. Because infinity is something like we cannot figure out. Our brain cannot imagine infinity because like constantly like moving forward. And the last one, maybe the most important one, it's humans. So we are moving from different reasons. We are moving because we are not able to maybe sustain in one place because it's too cold, especially like in the Stone Age. We were hunting, so there's no any weapons to do that. So you need to hunt with arms. You need to run faster, or you need to run away faster from some animal or maybe another tribe, or you need to move in some maybe more greener area. Maybe you want to move to some more, let's say, like where's the water, close to the sea or some river or lake. So our moving with the humans can be like a historical, can be biological, to the point now where we need to move because of our health, because we are not moving enough. So in that sense, we need to understand that moving, it's in movement itself, it's in our genes. It's in even when it was very cold, people were able to move all the time. By some old researchers, that's I know this information for a very long time. Apparently, we didn't have a center for walking in our brain in one moment because we were running. We were all the time running because it was cold. We were not able how's the feeling when you run for 2 minutes when it's when it's winter or when it's a -10. Of course, you will get warm. So there's so many things related with something what is in our blood and our genes that we're supposed to move. To the point that we today need to move from medical reasons, from aesthetic reasons, from competitive reasons, like a sport itself. So everything is moving around us, and staying in one place, we know that we are maybe not moving, but the world is moving, and the planet.
So why? you have, why are we moving basically?
We are moving from some reasons. What I said, it can be like a historically, like a migrations, you know, from one tribes to other, like one tribe going from one location to other location, hunting for the food. Also, like before in tribes, you know, the strongest one will survive. You know, who was the strongest, the fastest. You know, they're able to run away from some maybe like dangerous animals or from another tribe, or they're able to fight for their tribe in the wars and everything. So it can be like it's a historical reason, it can be biological reasons because of our evolution. So we're able before to climb the trees, but you know now it's a challenge to go on the tree because you know we're evaluating in a different way because we are constantly moving forward. It can be like a medical reasons, especially when people are dealing with some limitations that related with the health itself, or it's related with some injury, or it's related with the performance, or with some other goal. So it can be like historical, biological, medical reasons, and aesthetic reasons as well. Especially we'll talk about what is today very popular, looking like a fit, talking about bodybuilding, which is very like, I think, authentic discipline where you're rating someone's physical appearance in that muscle size wise and less body fat as much as possible. So, but they created that with the movement. So everything is moving, and we are moving because we found that it's beneficial for us in different ways. So from the historically, biologically, medically, aesthetically, however you want to position that, yeah.
Yeah, and so you said in terms of how are we moving, you said we move like walking, running, and stuff like that, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
So how are we moving?
The simple question is how are you moving, but also answer can be like a quite complicated because there's two different things. Because when I'm talking to you now, I'm moving my arms subconsciously, yeah. But if I want to raise my arm above your head, I'm thinking about that. I'm doing that quite consciously. So we need to know that around 90% in our brain, we are doing like a subconsciously. 90%, around 10% we are just conscious, and usually we are conscious when we are instructed from outside, or we need to learn something new, or we try to adapt to something. So only this 10% we need to use to like do that. So to simplify, so we have like a different stimulus from the environment, yeah. So it can be by, you know, if light is too strong, I will move my arm and protect my eyes. That's something what probably my instinct will do that. But if I want to like lift this bottle because I know I want to like strengthen my shoulder, it's another output. So what we're getting from environment, it's the first thing. So it's like an environmental system around us. The second one is our sensory system. So if we getting information from outside, our sensory system is responding. So not usually, the part of the brain called motor cortex, which is like from the ear to ear, it's responsible for the movement. So we are getting information through all our senses. Depends, is that hearing, is that taste or something? So we are responding based on the command from us itself or from the outside. Subjectively, objective, depends. When we get that information from the brain traveling to the spinal cord to the muscle, creating some electricity and chemical reactions, getting to the muscle, and then we're raising the arm. So everything what we're doing like a quite like a complex, but actually very simple, because people I'm not thinking about talking with you and using my arms. But when I started thinking about that, I'm creating better connection between my brain and my movement, and cause for that, of course, is better activation of my muscle, and like output, we getting the movement. So movements can be conscious and subconsciously. The conscious movement is related with the exercise, and subconscious just the movement itself with the, using your arms or picking up something from the table. Driving, how many times, while driving, you're changing the gears, or like you're able to do like many things in the same time because you're doing things subconsciously. So difference between subconscious and consciously in our practice, in training itself, it's very important.
All right. So what are the basic movements and physical abilities?
Mm-hmm. So the basic movements, there's many of them, but in our methodology, in IM training, that's very important to go through all of them. If we miss one of these movements, we not consider training is complete, not only in our methodology, in general. So the certain movements which are like on a daily basis, but I will give them quite brief explanation. The one of them, it's push, pull, lunge, hinge. We have a gate, or actually carry. We have a squat. We have like a throw, jump. So all these things are related with the basic movements. Whenever we're not doing them, we are compensating for something else. So in our methodology, we're trying to use all the basic movements, even sometimes in the same training. It's very important for people to understand that you can't just do one training, only one moment. You're losing functionality, you compensate for something else. The basic abilities are usually like what the people are familiar with or not, depends on the school, because I'm coming from Eastern like background, but mixed with the Western one. When I talk about medical and like a sports science, so the basic abilities like a strength, endurance, precision, and balance, and agility. Also, there's a speed there, which you can put all together. So all things also we try to develop at the same time. So complexity of training and movement, if you just look from the perspective of the basic movements and abilities, you need to put them all together to work for the person. Not only for sake of the, feeling stronger, looking stronger, fitter, they can lift more, but also from the point of view, which we're talking about, building muscle mass and burning fat mass.
All right, I see. And so what would be the difference between movement and exercise?
Mm-hmm. Difference between movement and exercise, like I mentioned previously, but I will explain. It's about consciously, are we using conscious or are we doing subconscious? So exercise should be intentional in a way that we want to achieve certain goal. Movement itself is done on like 1,000 times during the day, which we're not thinking about. So we need to divide these things. So exercise, it's intentional to achieve certain goal based on instruction or from ourselves, from some person, or from maybe from AI, depends. But subconscious movements are usually on daily basis. So if your exercise becomes like a subconscious, you need to change something.
If your exercise is becoming subconscious?
If exercise are becoming like a training, it's becoming like you're doing it with the subconscious and doing it by default, you need to change it.
Why?
Because there is something what is called like people like to call like out of comfort zone, but also we need to like create adaptation. So whenever we are exercising, for example, there's a neuromuscular stimulation and neuromuscular adaptation. So usually neuromuscular stimulation, we are considering that more like in the warm-ups. So when we want like a warm-up, people prepare them through the foam rolling, through the mobility, through the breathing, through different kind of like methods we're using for first part of the training. But neuromuscular adaptation is created like in that main part. So when you say neuromuscular adaptation, that means that we want to create a process for people to adapt to something new. When they reach that adaptation, we need to progress. We add the complexity because the brain is then expanding their adaptation. And we talk about neuroplasticity in the beginning. So we're trying to expand adaptation. The more adaptation you create, the better result you will have. Not only like, again, in one thing, in multiple things at the same time.
So just to clarify, so yes, you need to get out of your comfort zone, but I mean, when you create a habit, of course, of exercise, some of your exercise become subconscious.
Yeah.
Which is, on the long run, it's good because you're building a lifestyle.
Yes, but again, we talk about progress now.
But you always need to break out of the...
Exactly. Yeah.
Of course, yeah. Now I get it. So, and what would be the difference between training and coaching and personal trainer and personal coach?
The difference between training and coaching are related with more how to position both in the right way. So training itself is just one unit. And training is something what is quite limited with the time and given informations as well. Coaching, it's a process. So coaching, it's a let's say multiple trainings. When coaching is like for the long run, like you said, and something what you're trying to implement through like a long period of time. So that means that you are learning through that process as well. Not only coming for training, I'll do my training, I would just leave it the same like I was before. I didn't learn anything, I was not able to challenge myself, I didn't achieve anything. So the coaching itself, it's a process, and training, it's a unit. So when people say like I'm going for training or I'm doing my training, it's fine, but the coaching itself, it's something what's supposed to be not only related with the coach itself, but also in general. Like some people using the apps, some people using different things, but they need to like find the benefit from that. So that is then coaching of that app, or coaching of the person, or coaching of someone else. Yeah.
And what would be the difference between a personal trainer and a personal coach?
In a similar way, because personal coach today, it's considered a little bit more holistic than personal trainer. And when you say personal coach, people think it's something related with the life coaching, or something like more spiritual, which can be. But also when you say personal, that's also like related with the personal development, and the coaching like itself, it's a process of personal development. While PT, personal trainer, today it's quite modern and very limited, because unfortunately the industry is really like a big of fitness. So the criteria for today being personal trainer is it's quite same for everyone. So if someone will come with like a background of the like a university degree from sports science, and someone finish the course in 1 month, in the gym they are the same. So I think people need to understand the difference between a personal coach and personal trainer itself. Not because the personal training is bad, but again, I think everyone should have their own role, and to understand more what is the main goal. And also, if you've been in the gym many times, there's a cross trainer, treadmill, it's a trainer. There's a cross trainer, it's a trainer. Machine is a trainer already. So putting in that same line, it doesn't sound good, and people need to understand the difference more.
Yeah, definitely. And what should a good training or coach program consist of?
Each training program should be consisted by multiple things and implemented in the same time. First of all, need to do it's about the capacity which you're using. So that capacity of training, one of the components is related, like you need to use certain intensity, volume, frequency of the training, and also you need to combine this in the right way. So you cannot go in the same time with a high volume and high intensity. You need to go in reverse. So when volume is reducing, you're increasing intensity, or opposite. Also, assessment need to be included in that. So you need to know where you are, where's your starting point. Same if you go to the doctor and you say, "Doctor, what you think it is?" and they give you the medicine or treatment based what you told him. No, he need to check everything. So certain components are related with that, and also a constant tracking of the progress and the protocol of the program, where you need to be specialized for you, only for you, not generalized, which is very difficult to achieve if you don't have coach next to you, or if you're enough self-aware, self-educated, you can follow up that, and going through the certain progressions, even regressions when it's necessary. It's called periodization, where you're creating the program based on what you want to achieve. And of course, then when you reach that goal or close to reaching the goal, you need to adapt to setting the new goals.
Mm-hmm. And that is a coaching program and a training.
Yeah. So, and each program should consist this kind of things, instead of just, come in the gym, we just do this exercise, this one. You don't know why, you don't know how to solve your certain problems, how to achieve your challenge, achieve your goals, and you need to be challenged.
Definitely. So, so why does training need to be specific?
Related to the previous question, what each training program need to consist, it's related also with specific training. So specific training, it's like I mentioned, in basic movements and the physical abilities need to have everything together, or divided in segments if you want to achieve different things in the same time. So specific training, that means you need to know how to start with training, how to, for example, breathe in the beginning, actually, or before you start with training, how to breathe in the beginning of training, how to breathe in the middle of the training, how to breathe in the end of the training. Also, you need to know which type of the movements you do in the beginning, when in the middle, when at the end. So everything need to go through the stages and to the process of actually related with your goal. But also, our methodology is giving people a chance to like understand that everything is logical. And there's no skipping the steps. If you skip the steps, there's a big chance that you will not achieve your goal, or you will get injured, or you will have any other obstacle.
Amazing. And what is the third and final question which need to be answered during the I am journey?
The last question, like we just remind people, the first one is how you feel. The second one is how you move. And the third one is how you feel when you move. So this is where their subjective feeling of the client and our expertise, like a coach, coming together, when people realizing that they're feeling good and feeling like non-restricted, like we talked in the beginning and mentioning the other two questions. So the idea behind is to people feel good while they are moving, and of course feeling good after the training. So that is the main goal. So the cause number one is how you feel. The second one, how you move, where we are testing clients through their movement, and at the end, through the journey, joining to IAM, their feeling how they move is becoming better and better.
Amazing. Why should I choose IAM over another fitness company?
That is a tough question. I think the biggest, actually the best answer can give our clients, but to go from the point of the co-founder, definitely is something what we're offering is different in a way of not offering only training itself. We are offering you to see where you are now and how far you can go and how you will feel good about that journey in between. Like we said, just feel better. It's not only related with the one thing. It's related with the multiple things which can change your life. So yes, in our like methodology, people losing weight, but losing weight in a way where it's just part of the process. But after that, during like people first, they can be tested from our side to see where they are emotionally, how they're feeling in a certain moment, how they move, and how they can progress. If people coming with the pain, they will start reducing pain. They're coming like with for example, less muscle mass, they will gain that muscle mass. They cannot fit to their trousers or something like that. They will get there. So everything is coming together. Just the big picture is that we try to explain to people that everything needed time and commitment, and without that you cannot achieve many of these goals. So like we talk about weight loss itself, it should not be the goal, just part of the process.
I will ask a challenging question that is the opposite of this question. Why should I choose any other fitness company over IAM? And that what I'm looking for is like we want to construct basically. So you shouldn't choose IAM if you want to lose weight for a wedding that is coming, and then you want to go over it. If you don't care about the long term, you only care about the short term. Go try something else. We're not for you, you know.
Okay. So
why should I
go to other companies in the
or why should I not choose IAM? Or like who is IAM not for?
Okay. You just rephrase it. Yeah. IAM itself is not for everyone. So we're very clear about that, because through developing this brand and company IAM, we said many people no, because first of all, because of the non-realistic goals, and for some reasons, but they're trying to guide the process, trying to skip the steps. They didn't listen what that they need to do before, not coming regular on trainings, not following the protocols about nutrition, and definitely like some kind of things related with not coming and training on time, and principles which we are saying, okay, if you want to achieve certain things, you need to do this 1, 2, 3. So in that case, like we are very picky about choosing people, as they're people picky choosing us as well, because we have a certain target group which our IM is like a build for, and also we have a certain criteria as well. So we are able to say no for someone who is not fitting in. So it sounds a little bit maybe harsh, but IM is not for everyone.
So what are the main pillars to achieve the best physical health and strength?
Mm-hmm. The main pillars to achieve physical health and strength is, in the first place, physical training. There's 4 more. The second one is sleep. The third one is nutrition. Fourth one is hydration. And the fifth one is stress management. So this is the main pillars which we are working around. With IM itself, we are trying to implement everything towards our clients and to give them the right guidance around that. Of course, not many things depends on us. This is where we can say that IM is taking responsibility and not responsible for something, because if you are very honest and very straightforward, people, if they're coming regularly 3 times per week for 1 hour, 1 hour and a half session, the rest of the week and rest of the hours, we don't know what they do. We can just trust them. So this is where we can see difference in people when someone is progressing and someone is not progressing.
Yeah, and so why health and why strength?
Yeah, okay, I can explain it. So the first of all, health is something what we are all looking for. Yeah. So for people, being healthy is just the way how they feel. But then when we are getting older and we are changing and in our environment, changing our lifestyle for good or bad, depends, we can see the changes and see how our health is impacted. So health is something what we are looking to achieve, and good health to achieve through our longevity to look better, to feel better, and we are able to maintain that. So health is something what is like a core and basic for every human being, I believe. Without health, we cannot achieve anything. And why strength? To simplify, if you want to, for example, build muscle mass, you need to exercise. You need to be stronger. Yeah. If you are injured and you need to recover, you need to build muscle mass. You need to get stronger to develop the strength. If you want to, just feel better, and just boost the hormonal response of the hormones of happiness, you need to do also a strength training. So strength is everything around us. So if you want to lift your body weight, you need to gain the strength. So everything what is related with our physical appearance or physical abilities is a lot of related with the strength. So this is why health and strength are going together, because there's 2 important parts. One is of course for life itself, and the other one is for our a lifestyle, make our life easier, and coaching is there where we're implementing our methodology.
Amazing. Do you have any last statements you want to?
I am empty.
Okay.
Now.
Yeah.
I am empty now.
I am empty.
Okay. I am empty. Yeah.
Amazing. I think we covered everything, and
yeah.